Hello there and welcome to FDW. You find us out here in the parking lot, Jose.
I was going to say, never mind the introductions. It looks like AOP have attacked Bronson Reed as he was getting out of his vehicle.
They've absolutely blindsided them here. We were supposed to be seeing Bronson Reed in singles action here this evening, but clearly the powers of pain not done with the beefy one.
Absolutely not, and Razor now taking it to Bronson Reed. Quite sure where Akam's gone, but
Yeah, it disappeared.
yeah, kind of worrying.
Just phased out of existence, but Bronson not one to be deterred. Oh, and in comes Akam now in a 2-on-1 mugging of Bronson Reed.
Yeah, absolutely.
Akam goes somewhere else in the parking lot.
Perhaps to get some weapons.
Looking for a bit of a toolbox as into the side of a car there. Oh, Kalima!
Attempts to rip the heart out of the car. Bronson Reed now unloading on Razor. Oh, strong strikes.
And this is absolutely a mugging as in comes Akam, the tag champs, teeing off on the former hardcore champion in Bronson Reed.
Switching it out and now heading over to the other side of the car park. Making Bronson run. Bronson
go full juggernaut.
Yeah. I mean, they've picked the fight with Bronson, and Bronson now going back and forth between the two of them. Oh,
flattened by the ruthless Razor.
I believe that's Razor, is it?
Oh, that is Razor. Yeah, they did an old switcheroo.
There's both of them now ganging up on Bronson Reed.
Oh, God.
This is a mugging. This is a mugging.
And the question's got to be asked, is this a calculated assault by the architect, Seth Rollins?
I think it is. Seth, not content with costing Bronson his title in that bit of trickery last week, but now looking to just deal more damage to the beefy one.
Looking to completely emasculate Bronson Reed here.
I mean, Bronson Reed, not one to take a beating lying down, is giving it his best, but the numbers game definitely starting to catch up on him.
Akam walking around with a shovel for the proverbial burial of Bronson Reed.
Akam running interference so no one else can object to this attack.
Well, that ambulance is looming in the background, and if they keep this up, Bronson's going to need an ambulance, or certainly one of these men is going to need it.
Yeah, Bronson now desperately fighting out of the situation. Akam trying to keep people at bay as Razor trying to deal some damage to Bronson. They don't want this match.
It's not even a match. Yeah, it's just a. Oh my God!
Oh, dropping him on his head on the concrete and gets a shovel thrown at him.
Yeeted there at Bronson Reed as Razor opens the back of the ambulance and looking to put Bronson in it.
Akam wasting no time at all getting his message across. Bronson valiantly still fighting. You can't keep the beefy man down.
Looking to take the fight to Razor now, who hits Bronson with a clothesline from hell, and we saw that be Bronson's undoing, as now he's just having a bin thrown at him for good measure.
Conveniently, the security guards are out for lunch. This stinks. This all stinks of a very well orchestrated plan.
Yeah, calculated to say the least.
Oh God. Bronson fighting for his life here.
Crumpled off the side of the head as Bulldog there from Akam. Razor goes off to find even more weaponry.
The numbers game truly stacking up on Bronson Reed. I mean, don't count out the beefy one. He is fighting back, but we've got to get someone out there to break this up.
He's in there against the tag champs as I think he went through the window as the glass didn't really break.
Yeah, we replaced the glass with rubber.
Yeah, phased through the window there.
Once again, Razor dropped on his head.
With a big air raid drop there from Bronson Reed, who finds himself once again on the exposed concrete.
Bronson Reed thinks he's getting the upper hand just to be knocked down by the second man. The numbers game truly an insurmountable odds here, it seems.
Bronson fighting through there, and that is power
The power of the beefy one.
Running power slam. Looks like Aiken might be taken out as now Razor throws Bronson on top of the boxes placed backstage.
We are getting a tour of backstage as these two men drag Bronson's body back and forth.
Potentially calling for the end as they pick up some weaponry. Chair now brought into the mix. Smacked off the sternum there. Not at all.
Clearly, AOP have been given some marching orders and they are following through.
Still feeling the effects of Survivor Series. I think we are here as Seth was unceremoniously eliminated, as Aiken just swinging that bat around so nonchalantly, not even caring about hitting his own partner.
I was going to say, it's with wild abandon. And
AOP calling for potential choke slam now.
On
off the boxes. Oh my god.
And Bronson is in trouble.
That's a lot
we
of
need to get someone back there. Oh, onto the chair.
Bronson.
And that's it.
Just completely KO'd.
AOP happy with what they've done. Leave Bronson in a heap.
Well,
not the start we were expecting here tonight.
No, but we will get some in-ring action now, and we'll keep you updated on the status of Bronson Reed as the evening progresses. But I suppose your first actual in-ring match of the night, the FDW champion, no less.
He's gracing us with his presence. Non-title action here, maybe a bit of a tune-up ahead of his match at Super Showdown.
Yep, Dominic Mysterio looming in a couple of episodes' time. Randy versus
doesn't sound right.
But Randy versus Carlito. Carlito, a former champion in his own right, pretty dominant.
Yes, was the second hybrid title, wrestling it off the man we just saw, Bronson Reed, and holding on to it.
Bronson's just been everywhere. He has.
He just wants titles, so he's been in almost every title picture now.
He's just been in like every feud, hasn't he? Just like he was in the Survivor Series match. He's been a hardcore champion. He's been a hybrid champion. TV.
I think the only title he hasn't held was the
women's.
Was the tag
but
title.
even then, he might have been Nia Jax in a wig.
Yes, yeah. But
I mean, I'm just going to throw it out there. We haven't seen Nia Jax, and we've seen a lot more Bronson.
It's looking suspicious. It's looking like a Jimmy Axiom thing.
Yeah, Jimmy Axiom. a Jimmy Axiom thing.
You know.
The mystery continues. Who is Nia Jax?
But we'll have to wait to discover that mystery, as we have Carlito versus Randy Orton, which should be a great affair.
This is another competitor we haven't seen in quite a while now, Carlito, looking for some tune-up action himself. And what better way to do so than step in the ropes with the FDW champion?
I think Carlito had to take a little bit of a step back after losing the title to Logan Paul and reassess his credentials. But like you said, a great opportunity here to get his name back out there and reclaim some of the pride he might have lost.
Yeah, apparently Carlito has spent all of his time since losing the championship just staring at a mirror.
How?
Who are you? You're a whore. Orton and Carlito here, because it's actually 2004.
Yes, yeah. Is Carlito going to come out the gate swinging, taking it to the champion, but huge hip toss by Randy Orton and into the ground and pound.
Got to get up pretty early in the morning to get one over on Randall Keith.
That you do. Randy beginning his methodical approach to this match, looking to perhaps send a message to Dominic Mysterio saying, don't get too high and mighty, you are still only the challenger.
Well, let's not let that hubris get to his head once again, Randy, because that was your undoing against Cody. At least this time you know what the competition is, coming into the match.
Exactly, and that is where I think Randy has a better chance. He's able to study his opponent, and he studies well. Oh,
Swift knee there. Methodical there from Randy.
yeah, slows
Looks
the
going
pace down.
high risk already.
Showing Dom he can fly too.
And that's a lot of wrestler coming flying off the top rope.
Oof.
A little bit of
And
a
a near
slow count
fall
there
there.
from Doug, yeah.
Carlito almost caught off guard, rolling out the ring to catch his breath, and Randy Orton in hot pursuit.
No one expects a flying viper.
They don't, no. Falls out the tree at you.
Just walking along and Randy Orton falls out a tree on you.
Yeah.
It's not even a
That's
snake,
arcade.
just actual Randy Orton.
Yeah. Out of nowhere. Alito going up high. Randy quickly into the ring.
Just Randy capitalising on it.
Rose Carlito off the top there.
Just London into the mat, and there's the wrenching of the neck from the champion.
And hang
As
on, is that Dominic?
That is Dom at ringside. Oi,
Oh.
oi! He's making off with the championship. What is this, Dom?
There's people you don't steal from, Dom, and Randy Orton's definitely one of them. And, oh!
Carlito now.
Carlito wasting no time capitalising. Randy Orton distracted by Dominic's antics. And a bit of mind games from Dom we're seeing.
Yeah, he clearly can't wait to get his hands on the championship as Randy Orton hits a belly-to-belly suplex on Carlito, who just swiftly kips up. And as Randy gets fired up, roll up from Carlito.
Kick out by Randy.
This is certainly scrappy.
It's going to take more than a roll up to take out Randy Orton.
There's the scoop slam.
Beautiful. Scoop and ice cream.
A scoop of Carlito.
Carlito, apple flavoured ice cream.
Big boot from Randy Orton. Feeling fired up here.
Go into that place perhaps.
Big punch there from the champ.
We're going to see it. Nope, Randy working on the joints.
Just keeping Carlito right where he wants him. Into the fireman's carry. Carlito wriggling out of harm's way.
Strikes off the ropes.
Connects with the drop kick just about.
He did a 180 in air and went the opposite direction.
Look, he breaks the laws of physics, alright? Clearly the spirit of Nakamura lives on all this time.
Yeah. Just goes to show you what having an apple a day does.
An apple a day lets you break the laws of physics.
Yeah, the doctor you're keeping away isn't a medical doctor, it's a physics doctor.
It's Doctor Strange. Carlito sensed the vintage Orton coming and just about connects with an elbow. Randy Orton with the oversell there.
Yeah, I was going to say, Randy Orton being a bit kind.
Just, oh no, you got me. Another dragon screw DDT there from Carlito as Doug flips into position.
Just a one though, just a one from Doug. Carlito measuring Randy Orton. Randy needs to watch his back here.
If Carlito hits that backstabber, it's all over. Oh, RKO!
And the RKO! Is that all she wrote? Doug sliding in. It's the 1, the 2, and the 3. Randy with a win over Carlito.
A game Carlito, to say the least, but once again, Randy standing tall, even with shenanigans by Mysterio.
Randy just proving why he is the legend.
He has become the legend.
He must kill himself.
Oh yeah, Randy's we said he's Jormungandr is what he is.
Yes, yeah. Randy's retirement match is him fighting himself.
Just an Mobius strip of RKOs.
Yeah, the legend killer must take out the legend.
Randy standing tall.
It was a good match. I enjoyed that.
Very solid there. Great little tune-up. And now for tag action.
I was going to say, speaking of solid, we've got quite the match ahead of us here. The final space in the triple threat number 1 contenders match at Super Showdown to be decided here.
Yes, Street Profits out first, former tag champs in their own right, looking to reclaim glory and become two-time FDW champions.
Now, I believe the Street Profits were the ones to take the belts from the Shield.
From Gallus, I think. I think Gallus took them from the Shield.
Gallus. Oh, so yeah, Street Profits beat Gallus, and then
they lost it to Fraxium.
They lost it to Fraxium. We figured it out.
Fraxium have lost it to the current champions, AOP, in no-nonsense fashion as well. AOP wrenched those titles away and have had pretty much a stranglehold on them ever since. They've always been able to get close, but this mini tournament will hopefully sort that out.
Yeah, it's the management's way of putting life back into the tag division. AOP obviously have been a bit preoccupied with the Powers of Pain and being at Seth's beck and call, so it would be nice to see them put those titles on the line.
Well, right now the only people who've got close to AOP is Bronson Reed. There's that name again.
He got far closer than he wanted to be.
Yeah, they got close to him.
Yes, yeah. We've not heard any news about Bronson as of yet. I know he has been whisked off of the property. Not sure if he's gone to hospital or not, but he has been escorted away from the building.
Yep. On the back of a cow.
Yeah, he just
on the cow he rode it on.
Chewing it as he rides away.
Now, interesting competition here for the Street Profits. A tag team we've sort of seen glimpses of earlier on this season, who, going back to the very early days, Scott Steiner was introduced by his tag partner, Wade Barrett, early on. And these two looking to get back on the same page by the looks of it.
Yeah, Scott Steiner has... he's failed to get it done in singles competition. He's looked great, but he just hasn't captured the W, and he's decided to pick Wade Barrett back up, and they're going to go see if they can get it done in tag action, which I think was Wade's plan all along, but...
Steiner had other plans.
Yeah.
Clearly the math wasn't adding up.
Quite right. Both went for a maths there. But this should be an interesting one. We saw last week that makeshift teams can be quite effective. The team of Tyler Bate and Javon Evans may not have got it done, but they did make the Dudleys work hard for it.
I see what you did there. May not have got it done. Way.
Well, yay. I did it on purpose.
It's like we're scripted, it really is.
Yeah. But I'm looking forward to this one. This will be an interesting match.
Yep, so the winner of this match will be joining Fraxium, and if you missed last week, go and watch it, because we have got quite the tag team now on the roster, making their FDW debut. It's the one and only Dudley Boys.
Dudley Boys out of nowhere, straight out of Dudleyville.
Yeah, and straight into a potential #1 contendership. So will they be joined by Big Papa Pump and Wade Barrett, who we need to figure out a tag team name for them.
Big Papa Barrett.
we will workshop it and get back to you.
What was wrong with what I said?
Big Papa Barrett.
It was better than Wade Pump.
Wade Pump. It's not. It's not. That's the name now. Wade Pump.
I like that they were the only options as well. Big Papa Barrett or Wade Pump.
We could just, give them a name. Like.
Oh, fucking hell. Oh, I'm done.
Wade Pump.
Wade Pump.
Oh,
dear.
Dawkins
starting off. Oh, it's a Guru by Dawkins.
Not hanging about at all, looking to get a pinfall early on against Scott
Absolutely
Steiner.
Not. Guess it too. Scott Steiner is having a mare.
Looking to get a pinfall of his own done early on is the Hall of Famer.
Just a one. The two,
I'd
say the two biggest men in this match, starting things off. Which is saying a lot because Wade Barrett's quite a dominating figure as well.
Yeah, just because he's not quite as roidy as
Montez
Scott Steiner.
finding himself in the land of the giants tonight.
But that is what could make him the wild card, is catching Wade Pump off guard. I can't. I can't get through the sentence without laughing.
It's fucking Wade Pump.
That's it. The joke will wear off eventually, but that's the name.
Give us 10 minutes to laugh at
it. Tag now to Montez.
Scott Steiner gets his pom-pom. Montez coming out fast. It's the speed of Montez that is really going to play dividends in this one.
Didn't quite manage to make that connect though, and Steiner made him pay for it. Tag now to Barrett. Comes in. And there's some tag team unity there on the midsection of Montez.
Clearly Barrett and Steiner have been talking backstage and trying to get on the same page.
You're going to need a game plan against a team like the Street Profits.
Yes, the Street Profits have been fabulous all season long. I don't think there's been a match that's been less than 3 stars with them.
No, they have been outstanding, and here's hoping they can be outstanding again. But Wade Barrett now just teeing off on Montez, and that's got to be a season's worth of frustration setting in. Barrett constantly overlooked, treated as a joke maybe. His own high-flying elbow.
Wade Barrett looking to keep Montez grounded, not letting him pick up that head of steam.
He's clearly the brains of the operation.
I don't know, Steiner math.
Brains and brawn. No, just Wade Pump. I mean, you can't beat Wade Pump.
Wade Pump.
Wade Pump. They're going to pump. Steiner tagged in. Big boot there. From the Big Bad Booty Daddy.
Tag team offense.
Quick tag there to Dawkins.
Showing off.
Swift elbows. And a Thesz press there. Almost a spine buster, sorry.
Steiner standing Montez up.
Get up.
Come on, lad, up you get. Sort yourself out.
Why is he now northern? Oh!
I don't know.
Frankensteiner there from Scott Steiner, and that is quite the vertical leap.
Montez with the save, and Street Profits looking in trouble here. Perhaps not expecting much from the team of Wade Pump.
Camel clutch locked in as
Dawkins
is wriggling, and he taps. Wade Pump advance.
Wade Pump up advance, and I don't think the Street Profits expected any of the match that they just got, but hats off to Wade Pump. They're moving on.
Sentences you didn't expect to hear. Hats off to Wade Pump.
I mean, what an upset.
That is an upset. They find themselves at Super Showdown joining the Dudleys and Fraxium. I'm speechless. That has thrown a wrench in the works.
And to win by submission.
Yeah, tap out as well. That was locked in deep, and fair play to Steiner. They were clearly on the same page.
They will go on to challenge for the number 1 contendership. And speaking of number 1 contenders, your main event is a hybrid title match.
Yeah, in quite a no-nonsense affair last week, we saw Obafemi take on Logan Paul in singles action, and Femi asserting his dominance.
He picked up a convincing win, which has prompted management to set the match tonight. Obafemi running it back against Logan Paul, this time for the championship.
Yeah, we told him he'd get the match, and then he said Femi does not like to wait. So we're giving him the title match.
Straight up. And now we're going to see if the pressure is going to get to Obafemi again here. We see him great in singles competition, but when the title's on the line, something happens.
He does just tend to bottle it.
He costs himself the title.
Will the red mist descend once again for Obafemi? Or will he be able to finally claim the prize which has eluded him all season, the Hybrid Championship.
It's going to be an interesting one, and we've seen what Logan Paul's like in matches to defend his title. Very much brings his A game, but
we've also seen that he's not above punching people in the face with brass knucks.
That is also true, something that Obafemi will have to watch out for in this match. Championship's advantage. Logan Paul can get himself disqualified, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, but you don't want to piss off the... Well, I say he's the beefy one, he's not. What sort of meat is Obafemi?
Bison.
The bison-y one.
Yeah.
It's not quite got the same ring. We need some other sort of meat.
Buffalo.
The porky one.
No, that doesn't work. The chickeny one.
The chickeny, the tender one. No. Again, we'll workshop it and then get back to you. I'm sure we'll come up with something just as catchy as Weight Pump.
Weight Pump.
Title.
At least you got yourself an. I was going to say video title.
Oh yeah, it went straight down. Don't you worry. That is the episode title. It is Weight Pump.
Weight Pump.
Honestly, looking at the list of episode titles in front of me, we've had some bangers this series. Just yeah,
they
are some good ones.
And speaking of good ones, I hope we're having a good one here tonight as we put the hybrid title on the line.
Yep, Logan Paul looking to put up or shut up.
We've had some great main events in the past couple of weeks. Really, that FDW is going from strength to strength this season.
Yep, the first half of the season has just built and built and built quite nicely. We've seen new competitors, fresh faces, old rivalries renewed, and still no update on Bronson Reed.
No, we are waiting to hear it, although AOP have been somewhat reprimanded. They will face a fine for what they did.
Mm-hmm.
Which
apparently Seth Rollins is paying for as we speak. So I think that
that's your Christmas bonus there, boys.
That speaks volumes, yeah. I did see Seth Rollins walk into management flanked by the hardcore champion Josh Briggs. So clearly the troops are surrounding Seth Rollins.
Seth Rollins definitely the architect of these current events.
Title action now. Logan Paul defending against Obafemi. There's the bell. As Obafemi just launches Logan Paul into orbit.
Logan Paul storming out of the corner looking for revenge for the defeat last week. Just ran into the brick wall in Obafemi.
It's Femi now just looking to continue his domination from last week.
Just flattening Logan Paul into the canvas.
He needs that laser focus.
Yep, he can't lose his head here. He needs to remain focused on what he's doing. He needs to watch for the DQs. Championship advantage is named an advantage for a reason. There are so many more ways that Obafemi can lose this title than Logan Paul here tonight.
Femi's proven he can do it. He knows what it takes to beat Paul, but now Paul knows what to look for. Will Femi just be another notch on that lovely purple belt?
Logan Paul has been a learning individual this season. He originally lost to Kevin Owens, and we all know how that feud ended out.
Yep. Since then, Logan Paul has just gone from strength to strength. Kevin Owens, a former hardcore champion. So now Paul begging Femi to get back to his feet. Is he thinking about the buckshot lariat? Nope. Thinking about a springboard frog splash. Femi making him pay for it, just looking for a quick pinfall.
Not enough, just a 1 count there. As I believe that's Drug in the ring, not Doug. Doug's son, Drug.
Oh yes, it's a family affair here.
Obafemi running through Logan Paul there. And a bit of back and forth so far, but Obafemi definitely looking the more aggressive out of the two.
Yep, but will he have the
Wrong
stamina to
strikes.
go the distance, or will he get too gassed? That's the frustration now of Obafemi, a season's worth of beatings.
Absolutely. Obafemi has been close to championship gold so many times in the past, and will tonight just be another missed opportunity?
Can't afford to, as he wrenches Logan Paul to his feet and yeets him into the corner.
Paul is in trouble here. Femi has not let up since the get-go. And if he doesn't start fighting back soon, this one could be a wrap.
The weeks of matches for Logan Paul finally starting to take their toll. Having defended
fair play
against
to
the
Logan.
likes
He has
of...
been battling week in, week out.
Yeah. Big double axe handle there
axe
from
handle.
the Porky one. That's not the same. The
But,
side of beef.
That's what
Running power slam.
That was enough to do it last week. Could this be it again? No, Paul with a kick out at 2.
And in a title match, you've just got that extra impetus to dig that little bit deeper when the goal is on the line.
Yeah, it matters all the more, but that clothesline, Paul is looking in a bad way.
Seeing stars now as he looks up at the lights. Femi wanting Logan Paul all to himself as he just carries him over to the ropes.
Hung up to dry. Over Femi now, dropping another elbow.
Renewed vigour from Obafemi.
Looking to cave in the chest of Paul, and Paul is struggling.
Just relentless elbow after elbow.
Up to the top ropes now. Begging Paul to get up. Stay down, Logan. Stay down.
Another big double axe handle there. As this could
enough
be.
to put Logan away.
Count of 2.
2. Oh, Paul with a kick out at 2 once again. But how much more has he got left in the tank?
Every pinfall Obafemi gets, he gets a little bit closer. Basement blockbuster there.
He is
Sizing
relentless.
up Logan Paul, and this is almost Femi 2.0 as Logan Paul reverses.
With the reversal, trying to mount a comeback, and solid strike to the nose. I believe he may have broken his nose there.
He may be broken in half. Oh! Massive lariat from Logan Paul, turning Obafemi inside out, and immediately it's advantage back to the hybrid champion, who heads to the second rope, connects with a splash across the back.
Splash. Logan Paul needs to fight out of this one. Needs to keep Obafemi down.
Playing possum all this time.
Frog splash.
Oh my goodness, is that going to be? Count of 2.
Surely not.
And still,
he does it.
After all that,
Logan Paul takes a beating but keeps on going.
Wow, and you can see the damage done to Logan Paul there, the welts across the chest.
The dent in his chest from Obafemi's elbow.
Yeah, he may need heart surgery after all that. What's it going to take? I mean, Logan Paul just took it, hit a couple of big moves, and that was all that it needed.
That strong punch to Obafemi, the one that cut him open, I think that was possibly the beginning of the end.
That was the harbinger of the end. So I think that just sums up this evening, really. Very good.
Very good, yes.
Very good
what
indeed.
A display there in the main event. Logan Paul continues his dominant performance.
Yep, Super Showdown shaping up very nicely. We have the women's title match to look forward to. Charlotte Flair defending against Tegan Nox. We have Randy Orton defending against Dominic Mysterio. And the number 1 contender tag title match will be the Dudleys, Fraxium and Wade Pump. And that just screams FDW, doesn't it?
Absolutely it does.
Once again, the tag division, the standout of the show. But next week will be the go home show. There'll be a few loose ends. Yeah, we'll look to see what comes of the hybrid division, and hopefully have an update on Bronson Reed.
Yes, we will need that update as we look forward.
Yes, and we will catch you in the next episode. See you soon.
Laters.